Hello everyone, I'm Alex Flores, and I'm gonna try to do this in English, and that way Mr. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau can understand a little bit what I try to say. And this message is from Justin Trudeau because it is important for him to know what's going on in Mexico. As you know, the three amigos are here, the three amigos, Enrique Peña Nieto from Mexico, Barack Obama from the United States, and of course Justin Trudeau from Canada, and they are gathering together, and seems to be that they're gonna be doing some kind of like athletic thing. Just kidding. Anyways, Enrique Peña Nieto arrived on June 27, I believe was Monday, and while he was Justin Trudeau, he was welcoming Peña Nieto, and in the background was a whole yelling about "You are killer! You are killer!" From that was like a Mexican protest outside Casa Loma. They were yelling this "asesino, asesino" to the Mexican president, and then she said something to Justin Trudeau when they shake hands, and Justin Trudeau say, "Oh, don't worry, we all get used to that." Anyways, we all get used to that. This is a question for with all due respect to my Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, this is a question for you. I don't think that you will feel comfortable that anywhere in the world that you arrive will have a protest by you Canadian citizens to say to you, "You are a killer." I don't think so. There will be UKs. And I don't think you will get used to that. I think you will fall apart at the moment you hear "you are a killer." You are a prime minister that has been acknowledged, that has been bringing a knowledge to the Aboriginal women disappearance. You are a prime minister that they make a cabinet where 50% of that cabinet are women. You are a prime minister who are bringing human rights on top of the table to respect immigrants, to respect families from another country, and to be sure that no one has the right to violate those human rights for the Canadian citizens. And you are on that. Enrique Peña Nieto is a different story. The massacre that happened in Mexico, the mass murder that happened in Mexico, the femicide that is happening in Mexico, the disappearance that happened in Mexico, it is beyond real. Hundreds of thousands of families are broken because the impunity and corruption, and because there's not justice for those families that have lost their loved ones. Their loved ones, their partners, their fathers, their daughters, their wives. There is just on and on and on the list. Children has been kidnapped for people, bad people, evil people, to take the organs out of their poor little bodies and sell them to North America. Hundreds of people has been oppressed by government, military, and police, and beat them without mercy. Right now in Oaxaca, 11 teachers has been killed. 11. 2 years ago, 43 students disappeared from Ayotzinapa, and this went global. In Canada, I didn't even hear anything from Prime Minister to say to the Mexican government what is going on there with the students. I think it's time for you, Mr. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, to find out what is going on in my country. And I'm a proud Canadian citizen who I work very hard to bring my Latin American community on board to participate in voting, to participate in civic actions, to participate, to believe that they can be somebody, and we believe that here in Canada we have opportunities, the ones that we don't have in our countries. I do want you to find out that the mines corporations from Canada, many of them has been arriving to Mexico, and they have been polluting lakes and the water, and children are already growing disgusting things in their skins. And I do want you to do something about it. Because then you will think, why so many immigrants are coming to Canada? Well, there's so many issues, including the ones that those Canadian corporations are leaving behind their trash for them to infect the people and the citizens in Mexico. I want you, Mr. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, to question the human rights platform that exists in Mexico, because as far as I'm concerned, the impunity and corruption and injustice is still the privilege of the government. Human lives in Mexico means nothing now. Poverty in Mexico has grown a big time. So Mr. Trudeau, for you to say to the Mexican president, we all get used to that. It's a very insensitive way to welcome a president that who knows how he's and who knows how he's addressing human rights in Mexico. Because the femicide, since 1993, in fact, the femicide in el Estado de Mexico, where Mr. President Peña Nieto was a governor, it just grew in numbers that you just can't imagine. So there is something very, very bad is happening in Mexico, and that is all those families that are suffering because their children has been disappeared, or their husband or their daughters. And it's very important, Mr. Trudeau, that if you had the opportunity to talk to the Mexican President Enrique Peña Nieto and asking him what is going on in human rights in our country, I think it will be more sensitive than just say, oh, we all get used to that, to call us, you are a killer. Thank you for listening, Mr. Trudeau.